Hello, traders. Welcome to the Thursday evening stream. That was it for the week. So we do have a weekly candle close on the U.S. equities market and the futures market. So we won't be live again on Wall Street till Monday. And so that means we have a long weekend. I wonder what that means for crypto. Don't see we're going to be having any sort of dramatic price action. But still, I mean, kind of got to be a little optimistic based on the fact that if you look at some of the Magnificent Seven today, they were like from the open to the close, selling the whole day. No one was bidding on them. And then Bitcoin was, I mean, you know, it's 84.8. It's stuck between 83K and 86K. It's range bound now for about a week. That is tremendously better than mega cap tech stocks. So what we know is typically Bitcoin is highly correlated to mega cap tech stocks, unless there's some sort of, like, you know, event driven catalyst for crypto or something, right? Passing correlations. But it, you know, it had been until we broke the supply line, and now we're just going sideways. And most crypto looks like crap still. I mean, it doesn't look like there's any sort of promising structures for major reversals. But then there are a few that have some interesting developments, and I guess we'll look at that. But yeah, here you go, man. Bitcoin up 0.96%, sitting sideways. Bullish dragon, you broke out of it, but when dragon tail? Yeah, that's a great question, man. I hope the 4 hours not painting like a head and shoulders or something. I guess like a left shoulder, head, right shoulder. I would hope not. That would suck. But I don't think we'd be resolving until Sunday evening, even if it was to break down. So we got time, man. You only hear my accent sometimes? Oh. Some people are like, you don't have an accent at all. It's like, oh, okay. Nice. Okay, we can look at Bitcoin dominance. Dominating. Okay, 2 days ago. Highest daily candle close since March 2021. I'm sorry, February 2021. 2 days ago. Yesterday, multi-year highs, highest level since February 2021. Guess what's happening today? Going for the highest daily candle close in over 4 years again. So we're just getting closer and closer to that February 3rd scam wick. But man, what a breakout. And I believe it, though. I really do believe it based on what we're seeing on some of these lesser than cryptos. You know, like Solana, interesting. Bitcoin, kind of interesting. Dragon pattern. BNB, nothing really interesting. Ethereum, certainly not interesting. Ethereum's garbage. You know what happened today? Solana, well, about to happen, and well, yesterday and about to happen in less than an hour. Solana paired against Ethereum, all-time highs yesterday on the close and going on today. So we'll look at that too. But there might be a new sheriff in town. I mean, the new Vitalik Buterin video came out. Dude looks... It's not good, man. Okay. Talking about his Shiba Inu pajama pants. Okay. Ethereum needs to be supplanted. That number 2 spot. Could someone link me that video? Maybe we could play it on the big screen in the Discord. Someone just ping me the video and we'll pull it up so y'all can see it. It's not long. It's like 20-30 seconds. But he just keeps doing it. He just keeps coming out these new videos, and it's like high production quality, and it's like you probably wanted low production quality for something like that. So people can't really see how small your biceps are. Anyway, keep it going, man. Bitcoin dominance. All right. good news. I got a new stream deck for my mobile setup, so we'll have soundboard soon. I got a new mic and a better version of this mic, the newer one, that will be available probably by Sunday or Monday. Just depends about the mount for the mic. But like, dude, I'm talking, my mobile setup is pretty much becoming more powerful than my huge tower. So it's kind of crazy, but definitely reinvesting for the stream quality, and especially for where if I ever travel, man, it's going to be real good. So, okay.
Since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
But not too far, Maxine. Not too far into crypto. A lot of stuff to talk about, you know. I'm still not getting any pings. Does anyone know where the video is? Because we are on Ethereum right now, okay? It's appropriate to play. It's like the news, man. What was the founder of this coin doing? All right, above the heart line of the downtrend, I guess, but ideolated. Dead price action. No one is organically bidding on this asset. There's no form of confirmation. I think your best case scenario at this point will be to go retest 1420 and maybe they hold it. Maybe more bids come in then. But for now, I got really nothing to say about this positive. Oh, man. It's just, it doesn't move, right? 1585. Still down off its highs. 61.4%. And that's it, man. There's nothing to talk about. Except maybe Ethereum paired against Bitcoin.
Is Bitcoin finally acting as a digital safe haven? What if it breaks out, especially beyond 92K while stonks dump, the tide might actually be turning.
Yeah, and it's like that's maybe the idea, right? Like this past week has kind of been like, oh, we can maybe start seeing a decoupling, but we just gotta be really careful and expect nothing. Expect that's not real. Because I've been here. I remember times throughout history of looking at this where it's like, and then Bitcoin will catch up and just collapse or something. Black Saturdays, whatever. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Yeah, let's pull that up real quick on it. Whatever, man. It's a good time to.
There's also this bag which contains some of the more specialized clothing. These are the sort of semi-famous Fox or Shiba Inu pants, depending on whom you ask. Then winter gloves. Yeah, I mean, they're both $5 gloves, but like I kind of don't want to upgrade. I like having these around just as a reminder of the older times when money was a lot more scarce for me.
Okay.
Aside from that, there.
All right, there it is. I mean, that's what we got going on with the Ethereum project. And as he's looking at his pajama pants in his hotel room, here is Ethereum paired against Bitcoin. Guess what's going on? Less than 43 minutes until it's confirmed, but we're going for another 5+ year low on the close. Wow, in fact, we're about to be. Okay, it's hey man, it's been like lowest level since January 31st, 2020, but we're getting to a point where we could say instead of January 31st of 2020, it'd be like the lowest daily candle close since January 13th. Yeah, there's just wow, it's really bad. So I guess just have an alert set up so we hear it, we can come back to it. But man, you seen anything worse? It's just wow. You keep scaling out and just keeps making lower lows. I like at this rate, I don't know if Ethereum's gonna be number 2 for another year or two. Like within the next year or two, I could definitely see something accidentally just jumping Ethereum at this point. This is some serious offloading Okay. All right. Well, let's look at Solana now. Where Ethereum spot price, no edge. You finally hit a support that if you don't hold that, you're going to lose another 30% of your value real fast. Bad. Okay. Down, 60% since Eric Trump tweeted about it. It's just not good. You go to Solana and it's like, well, I hate this asset. Like, genuinely hate it below 130, 125. And, below this 124, 123 level, we had a $90 target. And you didn't quite get there, did you? Bitcoin didn't quite get to its 73 at the old all-time high from March 2024. It got real close. Very close. But it got front run, whatever. And so did Solana. They front ran it. They didn't let it get to the next major inflection point. But hey, a wedge developed out of this. 3 touches on the bottom, 3 touches on the top. That's very valid. All you need is 2 touches on each side to be valid. So they broke out of that, and then it was just more about like what they did, where it seemed like it was just cooked. It was just done, man. April 14th, forget it. And then on the 16th, they go down and they test the bottom of the inflection zone as they had done many, many times. And then we got a bullish engulfing candle. And then today, we've got a follow-through candle. So they reconfirmed the validity of an old support. And don't take my word for it. Candle close right here. You can see the tests here. The swing high right here. The candle close here. It is a very undeniable level, okay? Defended Japanese candlestick pattern. Spring back test with follow through to confirm this bullish engulfing candle. And you're going for the highest daily candle close on Solana since March 27th, 3-week highs. Can we say that about Ethereum? Oh no. We can't say that about XRP either. We can't say that really about Binance Coin. So something's going on with this. And if they do break it, which they may not, right? Because they have failed. They failed on the 2nd. They failed on the 14th. And today we're testing it once more. At the highs of the day, we tested 135.81. And remember, it's been tested as resistance. It's been tested as support. It's a very real spring back test level, check back level before 180, 190. So we're in terrible market conditions. I mean, this is some of the worst market conditions we've seen in like 5 years. But the price action is now favorable on Solana. I don't know how. Right? It could be terrible, right? It could be misreading it, whatever. But like, because the rest of the altcoins, most don't really look good. They don't really have setups kind of like this. Most are not like, recapturing key levels, and they're reconfirming them as support with bullish engulfing candles and strong candles. Performance today, outperforming Bitcoin today, over double the performance of Bitcoin. Ethereum's not doing that. XRP is like down today. Doesn't really look good. But I just want to show you Solana paired against Ethereum, mother of God. Yesterday, confirmed rising 3 methods, Japanese candlestick, 5 Japanese candlestick continuation pattern. Today we're confirming it with follow through. And have you ever seen traders settle up this high ever in the history of Solana paired against Ethereum? Not even close, no. Yesterday was as close as you got. The old all-time high on the candle close was January 18th of this year. So super special and interesting. And this outperformance has been going on for a very, very long time, it seems, right? What a good trend. Is this the one that's going to overtake Ethereum one day? I don't know. But if you break 135.81, it's going to be going berserk. Because I know Ethereum's not even catching really many bids. Okay. I don't know. How's Solana and Bitcoin? I don't even know. I haven't looked at that. Not very good. Well, it's doing the thing. It did the thing that the hypothetical. It did the thing, and then it came down and it hit the support, and it's bouncing. Not really great though, still, but that's cool. I am the composite man. All right, just right here. So you're bouncing off an inflection point back from 2021. But there's no real edge here. It was like some Wyckoff distribution. You're in phase E right now, and it's not doing anything too great. No higher lows, no more than before, less than before. Bitcoin's still the king, according to this chart, but nice that we got to bounce at a level. Okay, great. Let's go to XRP. Yeah, XRP getting closer and closer to Ethereum's market cap. That's right. This is what's like, come on, dude. What are they doing? Like, how is it like Bitcoin's doing okay? It's up $1,000 today almost. XRP down 0.6%. I mean, all the big cryptos are up today. I mean, a lot are, and then this one's not. So I'm just kind of, maybe we have to check back 196. I mean, to come back here to hold it would be really nice. I think we would probably want to see that, but yeah, you're still beholden to this supply line. Can't break it. It seems like it's not the best supply line. I can definitely see it, you know, all the touches for, I don't regard a pump and dump, and then you get more touches, and then just recently acted as supply line. So down today. BNB, it's up 1.27%. Okay, nice. Recovering. But in terms of being able to manage risk, you can't. So you don't really do anything. That's like the stream, okay? The stream is not about like, hey, how's BNB? It's up 1.2%. Let's rejoice. No, we don't really care. It's more exciting when an asset is correlating to an inflection point. It's even beyond exciting than us identifying an asset at a level when it's got a structure. So you have price action correlation to a level, but then we have structures. And unfortunately on this, you're not at an inflection point and there's not really a structure right now. That's about it. So it's just not really that exciting. Cool, dude. High or low. All right. So total market cap. Again, this is going to be controversial. Everyone in the world has their own trend lines and stuff. I'm just kind of, I don't really hold much weight on it, right? But maybe they broke it. I don't even know. They break it. They walk out of it. I care more about horizontal lines. And I do think that like 2.58 to 2.63 trillion is huge. Like that's, to recapture that and hold it, I mean, I hope that could be consequences of 2.9 trillion. So, but you know, in the end, really altcoins aren't doing spectacular. It's mainly Bitcoin holding up and carrying this whole market. So, okay, so that's your crypto update. Wow, man, that thing kept going, didn't it? Render coin. So this is something interesting. This is what you look for. Most aren't showing this. Most aren't doing stuff like this. Render like broke support a couple times and they recaptured it and it looks good. It's up 10% and going for its highest daily candle close since March 25th. It's like 3-week highs. You know, holding $3 is a big deal. And to go test 440 and break that, man, 650 could be on deck. What's up, Anon?
Anonymous tipped $25. Big time catching bids. Let's go.
Thank you, dude. Big time. Well, the weekly was kind of unironically good. Haven't looked back on it, but it was nice. So this is just kind of one that is different than most. Right? When I say that, it's like, what does most look like then? Okay, you go to something like Tezos. This is what most look like. ZRX. All right, there's the low, the lower low, the lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, probably gonna put in a lower high. I mean, that's what most look like. Uniswap's another. What most look like is this. There's no evidence of the momentum shifting. Where did my MACD go? Oh no, what is it doing up there? Hold on, I'm going to have to Control Z until we get back to business. Oh no, this is not good, dude. I have no idea how to even change that. Anyone know how to change? Okay, we're good. My God, dude. Okay, sorry freaked out a little bit. Yeah, things looking like basic attention taken, right? Just M shape failing and then just marking down to like the lowest levels in history, or rivaling the lowest levels in history, right? That is the state of crypto, the majority of crypto. And then you go to something like Tron, though, and it doesn't look like most of crypto. Tron's interesting. It's like, wow, there's evidence of the momentum shifting to buyers with higher lows and bullish back tests to key levels, holding the 200-day moving average. What can you say about most of these altcoins? They're all woefully below their 200 moving average. So, and you got upside potential here. Golden zone. But then you got ones that are kind of a mixed bag, like VeChain, where it's like, man, what a beautiful wedge. Beautiful wedge. They broke it and then it sold off, but then they back tested the breakout. But at the same time of testing the breakout, they back tested this key inflection point. It takes you all the way back to 2018, a candle high close. So this inflection zone was defended, as it's been defended many a time. So you can see they recaptured, reconfirmed it here, November 2023. And then of course here, all these tests before going higher. So it's just cool to see something like this. And then another one that's just kind of like, wow, what a structure. An ongoing structure just like this, but not broken out, would be XLM, up 2% today. But good God, look how pretty. I mean, that is gorgeous. Despite what happens, there's no forms of confirmation at the bottom or anything. There's not really clear evidence of seller exhaustion yet. But I just love the way it looks. Okay, you pull up a textbook, you go to the falling wedge chapter, this might be in it, you know. And you're so close to the apex that the resolution is coming. High probability of breaking up or down soon, out of the structure one way or another. So I am intrigued by a few. But for the most part, collectively, crypto overall just looks like crap. And that's okay, right? These ones that look like crap with no edge, if Bitcoin was to rally off the breakout to, 89, 92K, these altcoins with no edge would pump like crazy. They just would. That's how the market works. So it's kind of our job to be able to identify ones that have good structures with possibly some evidence of accumulation or momentum shifts, and hopefully there's positive price action correlation to those levels so we can manage our risk optimally. And then the ones that don't have the edge, don't have the structure, we'll forget them, whatever. They pump too, congratulations. You don't know the upside, you don't know how to manage your risk on those, but you do on the ones that are okay. I mean, like even Pepe coin's kind of interesting. It's not great, but man, I mean, how many are putting in higher lows locally? Not many. Hard to believe, right? Pepe coin above 59,687, 63,440. I mean, the upside would take you up here. I mean, the upside, if it did, like, say Bitcoin rallied, Pepe might take you up to 37 to 49% upside. Just could happen. So those are the ones you'd be looking for if you could help it. But most are, even IOTA, it's terrible, but like they did recapture a level. Right, this is like crap. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. But then it's like there's a key level they broke, and then the buyers recaptured it. Now they're trying to reconfirm it as support. So that's like kind of positive price action, but the structure isn't really there. There's no good structure. You want positive price action correlation and a good structure. So you would prefer, if you're falling below a level, you want to see something like this if you can help it. And then somehow on a third valley, we get something like that. And then all of a sudden, like a structure over the course of 6 weeks develops, and you got the higher lows and the price action to the level where you can manage your risk. And you're making lower highs, lower lows still. So it's not really very good, but someone could still on something like this set up stop loss, whatever, but you don't really have the edge, right? I don't think you have a greater than CoinFlip's chance of this breaking higher. It's just kind of above a support. Nice. Man, I'm sorry. I'm really tired, dude. My living room, the ceiling got effed by the sprinkler system leaking, and had this whole week, man, my whole week has been just destroyed. by contractors and building admins. It's just not been a good week. Okay, so I'm trying to like finish it up. Okay, so just empathize. This isn't my best stream. Not gonna be my best performance. All right. So I hope you get what I'm talking about. On you got to be looking for the best structures. Yeah. S&P 500. It closed up 0.14%. I like how they defended 524 again yesterday and today. That's great. If you're not going to have a good week, all right, whatever, then at least hold support before going into a long weekend. All right. Better than nothing. Better than closing below 524 to close out the short week. And that's it. That's where you are. Nothing's really changed. It's pretty bad. It's pretty, like, overall not great. But your, like, silver lining would be a candle close above 524. All right. Dow Jones. There's nothing about this that's good. Like, nothing. It wasn't even like, oh, well, we got silver lining. You got no lining here, okay? I mean, the fact that yesterday discussed, right, because we're trying to cover these markets every day, falling below that key 40,039,850 level was really bad. And the fact that they confirmed a breakdown below that level with a candle close, that's not good. And then today we caught follow through, and we discussed the tweezer top price action here. These two wicks on the 14th and 15th rivaled each other perfectly. That's not good, man. That's reversal stuff. And now you're at this point where, I mean, each level, these swing lows could act as a candidate area for reversal. But as you can see, initially, it capitulated through all of them and went all the way down to test the 2021 cycle top highs, right? The all-time highs from then. You might have a date with a retest. Yeah, S&P not good, but hey, at least you're above 524. This, whoa, below 40K, there's nothing to talk about on this crap. I didn't even look at this. I mean, I've been looking. I have my futures chart up right on the 4 hour. I've got it kind of scaled in. I'm looking at it all day, but I wasn't really scaled out on the daily, and it's bad. It's real bad. Yeah, and on the 4 hour futures for Dow Jones, we had a beautiful pattern. I want to see if y'all know. I mean, I think you do. Let me just someone wants to answer before I even show it. You're a real one. Holy crap. Oh, I'd have to refresh to get this thing to... Never mind. Yeah, I can't even point it out. Okay. Top right. Dow Jones futures on the 4 hour. 40K. Broken. And it's real bad because they broke it yesterday, and then you went 12 hours and then on the 12th hour, right, they tested and rejected that key support resistance that you can clearly see on the big screen here, right? You can see that level on the 4 hour, okay? So what is that pattern? Yeah, we'll just, we got a couple answers, man, that are correct. And that's probably it. We don't need any more. I'm not going to waste my time waiting on dead chat to answer a question. So, yeah, it would be the falling three methods. Falling three methods, Trader Man. Spoon, you were almost right. You got to think about 3 falling peaks, 3 rising valleys, and then that's the chart patterns. It starts with the 3, and then on the Japanese candlestick pattern, it starts with the falling or the rising. I know it can be confusing to, when you're learning it. You can get them confused. So falling through methods, confirm below support, easy. We're just waiting on 37, 840, 38K. Maybe just a retest down here. That looks like on deck, right? Lower highs or a high and then a lower high, but both of them are local. So this high here is a confirmation, a form of confirmation. We are screwed. Just look at a high here, sold off, and then what'd you do here? Oh, you just kind of confirmed locally that there are less market participants involved with this asset than before, and you mark down. So it's like it's kind of similar situation to what we just saw in late March. Okay. Hey, look, here's a high. Here's the same high. I mean, right? You're confirming the top, you sell off, and just lower highs coming in after this distribution. I don't know. So really, really bad on the Dow Jones, actually, unironically. See, on the S&P, hey, dude, we're above 52.84. We looked at this, right? We looked on the big screen. They defended it, and on the close they did. But man, it's a long way down. If like on Monday, Sunday, I don't know, Easter Sunday. I mean, future's probably gonna be closed, right? But whenever futures open, we'll be watching for 52.70. To break that would equal 5K, sub 5K. And the NASDAQ 100 futures, kind of the same situation but worse, where it is now officially closed the week below 18,420. And if you get follow through on the bearish breakdown, it's a long way down. So it would make all the sense in the world. I mean, if the NASDAQ's falling to 17K, then you know the S&P is going to 5K, Dow Jones going to 37K. And then somehow the Russell 2000 futures, right, the small caps, they were up. That was the highest 4-hour candle close we saw since the 14th, a few days. So, wow, interesting. The lesser thans were doing all right today. I don't know. I would never want the small caps to be leading. I don't think that's really a good thing. Okay. So, let's go to the NASDAQ on the daily so we can see. Not great. That was your lowest daily candle close since the 8th of April. And you closed below 16,443. It's not a joke. This is not a joke, man. You're lucky you're above the old 2021 cycle top. But for how long, you know? Nothing about this screams reversal incoming, but it could, you know. I think you're kind of in coin flip territory right now. There's no discernible edge. But you know, because the daily we don't have enough data, right? But on the 4-hour we have some data, right? We have like more Japanese candlesticks, so we can kind of see what they're doing, right? And we're trying to interpret the price action, and it's less than before local confirmation high, and it would imply, at least on these 3 index funds, if it's real, right? If it's not just some they're gonna hold it, we're gonna pump. I mean, it almost is implying that we probably have a weighted coins chance of going lower next week, not higher, based on just this, what we're seeing, okay? I'm not making calls here, but I am identifying, right, the things that we look for. I mean, psychology of buyers and sellers, bro. So anyway, Bitcoin's right around 85K. We got less than 20 minutes to go till the daily candle closes in crypto. Let's look at the IWM. Go back to the weekly on these. IWM, wow, alligator blood, as they had just 2 days ago. Well, you have an active hanging man reversal. Until you break 188, it's hands off. Above 188, maybe you're going to go to 199, $200. Get rid of this channel at this point. Yeah, I can't trust the small caps, I'm sorry, until 188's breaking, because that's such a big deal of a level. Like, there could be major implications. Like, the implications of breaking 188 equals 199. But until then, well, given enough time below this level, it's an easy 173, 170 back test. So, all right. Sorry, I didn't even look at the weekly. Dude, I'm sorry, I'm tired, man. I'm exhausted. Here's your weekly. Not great. I mean, you have your piercing line reversal, but here's the problem. The piercing line reversal did not catch follow through. We did not make a higher candle close this week than we did last week. So this is still potential. It is still suspect. It's valid. It is going to be valid until they break below 488. But you want to see, like maybe next week, if we get a candle close above 534. Okay, piercing line is pretty much real with follow through price action. Stronger form of confirmation. So, verdict's still out. It's cool that they defended this swing high from March of last year as support. So again, it's not the worst thing in the world, but then you go to the Dow Jones and different situation. I mean, you had a piercing line reversal, but you did not hold supports, any of them. You kind of closed below them. You definitely closed below them in no man's land. So again, there's a piercing line here, but no follow through. So it is not truly confirmed. NASDAQ with the same type of piercing line on the weekly, no follow through candle. So, and you're breaking below 16,443. I mean, like, if it's a real bearish breakdown confirmed on the weekly with the candle close, I mean, I think your target's pretty much 15.4 to go test it. So, but whatever, they could just recapture it, and we're all good next week. But yeah, not the greatest candle to see after a potential Japanese candlestick reversal on the weekly. But again, it's the verdict's still out. Okay, so those are your index funds. There was one request. That's probably the only request we're going to get for the next month. Yeah, dude. Let's see. Yeah, dude. Which one was I looking at? Big time. We were going to have a big time. Crap, man. It's a BitGet. I don't know. Bybit or something. Too tired for this. BitGet. It was BitGet. Nice. So this right here, it's up 23% today. But like, hey, last week was really good. Right, to recapture the swing low from August, there is almost unlimited upside potential on this asset. And so you're just catching follow through, and you're going for your highest weekly candle close since January 20th. I mean, I don't think there's really much stopping big time until 15 cents, which is like almost doubling. 80% upside, whatever. That's a lot upside. So anything above 5.6 cents, you're good here. And look at this on the weekly. First level of positive momentum we've seen since the first week of January of this year. Can't believe it. Kind of crazy, isn't it? Big time. Betrayed. Ran out of time back in February 2024. I mean, we got a good start, and then it was over. Bitcoin was done. That was the end. Bitcoin made all-time highs, and it just concluded the cycle, or at least we went through 8 months of consolidation, down-sloping consolidation on Bitcoin. So it was over for crypto. Okay, pretty cool. I mean, what was there something you wanted to say about what we were saying? Anonymous said, catching bids. Let's go. Hey, dude. You probably the one that requested it last week, too. So, hype in the chat for Anon. $13 minutes till the close. All Bitcoin and all crypto. What a day for big time. Man. Up 16.49% 2 weeks ago. Last week up 15%. This week up about 15%. Killing it. How can it only be up 14% on the week, but be up 23% on the day? Huh. Crazy. All right. Let's go to the Magnificent Seven. And this is not really going to be fun. I mean, it's ugly, dude. It's ugly. Man, that's great. Anything above 6 cents is spectacular on big time with a lot of upside. All right, Nvidia, the worst. lowest daily candle close since April 8th. I think you're waiting on another test, $94, $97. You're in a downtrend right now. Momentum is in the hands of the sellers, right? Because your most recent discernible events were the lowest low, the lowest high of the downtrend. Okay, so it's going to take a lot, man. I don't know how these things recover anytime soon with the transition from globalism to domesticism, whatever you want to call it. It's going to take billions, hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars and time, years, a couple, 2-3 years for the semiconductor industry to go from Asia to America, which is what the U.S. is doing. That's what Trump's goals are. So very ambitious, great for a long-term America first, right? But there might very well be a lot of pain on these equities, okay, for a while. That's the issue, because the market is forward-looking, and the market right now is thinking exactly what I'm talking about. Man, this is going to be a big transition period. And oh dang, we're banning China from even having our chips from the largest producer of GPUs in the world, NVIDIA, the creator of GPUs, by the way. So it's might be a lot of pain. So technically, I think we're gonna go retest the 94s, and we don't hold it. $76. You just gotta wonder. It's like this rally we were on. Just think about common retraces from the 2022 low to the high. I mean, it's hard to believe they almost made a 50% retrace already. $82. We didn't see it. But to see a 618, $65, and then you get to the deeper levels, 786, 4168, and 886 would be 2755. I mean, there's definitely downside. Like, I would say like a 38% retrace on NVIDIA might not be enough of a sale to induce institutional purchases, okay? Composite operator purchases. Because institutions, composite man, that's what they are. Composite man likes value. And he's gauging value on the chart via Fibonacci, 786, 886 retraces. So a 38% sale on NVIDIA after a run like this might not be enough. Okay, I think everyone should look at it like that. I tend to like looking at it value perception with fibs. And a 382 is just the beginning of the golden zone, and you kind of reacted here, but you're not doing anything positive. So I would think it's waiting game, fundamentally and technically. Okay, sorry about your NVIDIA. How'd the weekly go? You had a bullish engulfing candle last week, but no follow through. So the Japanese candlestick reversal pattern might very well be. It's still suspect. If you have any sort of Japanese candlestick reversal, the next candle is equally as important. You need confirmation, validation via follow through, price action. You didn't get it anywhere on these big med cap tech stocks. So okay, not great. Let's go to Google. Google getting sued, right? What is it? Antitrust. They're a monopoly on search engines or something. Advertising, whatever. It's bad. I can't believe it. I can't believe it only sold off 1.42% on that news. Does anyone want to know what I'm talking about? Did y'all see the news? Someone type it if you know what I'm talking about. This is not a news channel, dude. All right. But Google, bearish engulfing candle confirmed. And somehow, by the grace of God, they defended by like one penny. They defended the November 2021 cycle top. Advertising monopoly. That's what it was. Yep. So, is there anything about this that sticks out as, wow, great opportunity for a long right now? Absolutely not. It doesn't matter if it pumps 20% on Monday. There's nothing implying that. There's no structures. And we know about structures on Google. I mean, just first off, the 113 Shark, yeah, they hopped through it a little bit leading up to earnings before it crashed, and that was it. Rising wedge, up thrust, it was beautiful before it reversed. But the most incredible one, and this is just, okay, it should be an NFT if NFTs weren't a joke and it was not dead. But Google, man, Google, back here, March 6, 2023, structures that take time. It's what we identify here. It's what we look for. October 2022 all the way to February 2023. Okay, and we're talking 4 months of development, 3 rising valleys, breaking a supply line that goes back to the old all-time high. Hey, Bitcoin's trying to do something like that. Not really the structure here, but they're trying to. Yeah, Bitcoin's got a lower low, so it's not even close to the same situation. There's evidence of more than before. Is Google showing that right now? The answer is no. The answer is no. Google is not showing us evidence that there are institutions or there's a composite operator conducting a buying campaign. It's not there. There's distribution going on. Most recent discernible events on the daily chart, the lowest low and the lowest high of the downtrend. And the lowest high of the downtrend happened to be a formal bearish back test of a level, an inflection point from April and October of last year. It's resistance now. I need the Happy Gilmore guy doing, no thank you. Just wait, man. You'll get your structures. They're just not here right now. And you probably got lower to go. Whatever, that's fine. Short term, this looks like most your S coins, to be real. But yeah, it could pop, man. People can be like, descending, broadening wedge. I'm not sure about that, man. Anyway, weekly. You had a bullish engulfing candle last week with 0 fall through. Verdict's still out on that. Yeah, you're just lucky. You got some support here. If that breaks, easy 130. You break 130, though, that's when we're talking. The bottom could fall out. So, Microsoft. This is like Microsoft and Amazon are the two today that were the worst. They were just the most. All day, at lows of day, all day while at lows of day, no bids came in. And there's, someone will be like, dude, yeah, the swing high, swing low, 366. Yeah, maybe they're holding it. I would just wait to 344, 349. There's no structure here that would give any indication that the trend is reversing the upside. The most recent discernible event was like a 95% retrace from the high to low down there. This is your lowest high of the downtrend. You're marking down violently. You're going for a retest most likely of the lows, and better hope it holds. Tons of distribution been going on. It was going on for like 6-7 months. Now we're finally resolving, which is good, because it didn't look good. It had, and if you've been watching the streams, like, none of this was good, man. And at the point in February, I'm talking about, this looks like Bitcoin's last points of supply in phase D of Wyckoff distribution. It looked the same type of price action, and look at it now. Yep. This whole range, these levels were rejected a couple times, lower high. It's just terrible. Hey, bullish engulfing candle into no follow through and could virtually get wrecked next week. I just think 344, 350 is going to be retested. It seems like just a valid area. Look at, they rejected the support here. Closed at it, and then it's like, no. We will certainly not stay above 388. God, no. That was what the market participants told us this week. It was down 5.32% on the week. Nasty. So we're trying to get through these. Amazon, same type of terrible price action that we received on Microsoft. lowest daily candle close since the 8th. But just the issue is like, what did they do yesterday? Well, 177.70 back in 2021. It was an all-time high a couple times. Right here, September 2020, April 2021. You see it right there? Okay, that level yesterday was formerly regarded as a resistance. And they filled the gap, pretty much. And today, you opened higher and sold off all day. Where we are, you don't get many bounces. You see some peaks here. But where are the valleys? I mean, valley down at 166. That's probably where you're headed, 166. That doesn't hold 158. Just think about the whole channel we've been in. You broke it. You even on the a short squeeze Trump pump tweet, they regarded the old demand line as a supply line, and it's just virtually rolling over. Man, I just like, good God, dude, it's bad. It's just Mag 7. It's the malignant 7 again. Look at that piercing line into dark cloud cover. What a joke. Look at this piercing line. Just last week, piercing line reversal potentially, right? But at the highs, at its best point, bearishly back testing, reconfirming the 2021 old all-time high as resistance, and then on the new week, just dark, like piercing through the previous candle's body by 50%, high, more than 50%. So it's like you have dark cloud covers and you have piercing lines. They're the reciprocal of each other. It's like this is the piercing line, and this is the dark cloud cover where you have an open higher than the previous candle's close, and you pierce through 50% minimum of the previous candle's body. You're doing it. It's just not good. It's like there's no follow through. Piercing line might be a complete joke. It is not confirmed with follow through, and you need that for the strongest argument. Okay, just sorry, man. I'm getting just kind of sick looking at these because they're just bad, man. That's just bearish price action. Meta below 523, 531. There's nothing to do here, dude. I'm just being real. They're trying to hold and defend this September low, that partial decline. But I'm just thinking eyeballing 454 at this point. I don't see how it'd be a big deal. We do have earnings season coming up, right? Yeah, not next week on Meta, though. I think the last week of April. Yeah, Meta would be 13 days away on Meta. So I'm just saying, man, if you're not above 531, there is just no reason to own this asset right now. Because there's no edge. There's no structures that indicate more than before, no signature or structure that would imply the composite operator has an ongoing buying campaign. You get it. It's the same story, different day on each one of these. The weekly close. Same situation, right? Piercing line reversal into dark cloud cover. No thanks. Dark cloud cover confirming below the key inflection zone. Nah, dude. Just wait till 420, 417. Maybe even 384. I'm good. Oh, God. All right. But, dude, it must be getting better, right? Tesla? Well, Tesla was flat today. It's only down 0.07%. But what they're doing is not great because you go to, like, the 4 hour, you can clearly see. You have redistribution structure. Redistribution structure. 1, 2, 3. The rule of 3. The third peak, right? 3 falling peaks is what it's called. In a continuation form, it looks like. And I gotta say, if it's real, well, 205, but could very well be 180. Okay, so I hope what I'm identifying resolves the other way, which it's always possible. Because consolidation structures, right? They develop, present themselves, and when they presented themselves completely, the probability increases of resolution. Resolution's the word, not, oh, it's an inherently bearish pattern, a bearish trend, it's going to certainly break downward. No, it just means resolution, where it could be improbable that it breaks upward, and it very well could break upward. But all we know, the structures are there, and they help us understand when the consolidation is nearing its end point, where the bigger impulse is coming. And I think it's coming, right? I think the impulse is getting there. I think we're getting ready for 300, but probably, right? Because the trend's your friend, and you're identifying a bearish pattern and a bearish trend. I think the probability is higher of 205, maybe even 180 if things get real bad. So that's not good. Come on, man. I hope you understand. Oh, there it is, the daily candle close. Jesus chimes, chat. Weekly on Tesla. Nothing great. Fell back below the 200-week simple moving average with a close. Bullish and golden candle caught zero fall through, so you can't really even say it's real yet. All right, and then we'll just look at Apple, and then I'll go back to Bitcoin, and then I'm just gonna like fall asleep. I'm gonna do sleep stream, first sleep stream ever, because that's how I feel. Sorry, I'm just exhausted. Okay, so Apple, man, you know, at least on Apple, they defended one part of the inflection zone and closed above it. That's great. 196.43, they held it. Great, dude. But they didn't close above 198, so you're just in limbo on this. I can't imagine anything is good, though, right? There's no structure on the daily. The weekly, you closed lower than last week's close, so... But yeah, you still got a chance. Okay, Apple, the least terrible of the 7, I guess. That's it, dude. Wow. Awesome story on those assets. Gonna take a while before they make full recoveries. Book it. Here's Bitcoin on the weekly, by the way. I'm hoping in just 3 days we hold up. Just give me a higher weekly candle close than 83,746, because this is what we're talking about. A Japanese candlestick presents itself, it completes on the weekly, and then the next candle is important, because the next candle, if you get follow through price action, it confirms it. I think you have a higher chance of it playing out, and that's kind of what Bitcoin's doing, where we just looked at all these index funds, right, piercing lines, engulfing candles, and just big sell-offs right the next week. This one's like, hey, bullish engulfing candle and a little follow through. So we're really, really hoping that this holds, or we see a higher close than now. Otherwise, yeah, same situation as the mega cap tech stocks. So there is no argument for the Mag 7 right now in bullish fashion. There's just not. Even if it broke upward, do you understand? That's it, man. Bitcoin, if we just looked at the weekly on all the Mag 7s and the index funds, and we look at...
Mitch. Rest up, chat, for your Easter celebrations. God guess.
God guess? God bless, you mean? Thank you, dude. Yeah, I need to rest up. Big Easter egg hunt, right? The Easter eggs will be painted in real gold. Speaking of weekly closes on gold... So at this moment, at this current moment, with 3 days to go, I know, knock on wood, Bitcoin is looking better than the Mag 7. And it's like definitive until new data presents itself in the next 3 days that would contradict it or throw it in the same category of garbage like the Mag 7. Like, if we sell off and we were closing at like 81.4, then it's like, oh, you're just like the rest. You're just like Google and Microsoft in terms of trash. Okay, so they all painted bullish patterns on the weekly last week, but this week they all kind of didn't do anything to help the argument for higher prices soon. At least Bitcoin might be trying to do something different for now. Okay, so your daily just sideways, man. Bullish dragon confirmed, because the spine of the dragon was breached, and now the tail, it's like one of those dogs with, the little nub. That's where we are, a little dragon nub tail, okay? The tail should reach heights we've never seen. A lot of times dragon tails make it to 88% retraces from the previous high to low, and then you have yourself a big old bear shark pattern. 105 would be the 886. Hard to believe right now, right? But again, from what we are witnessing, Bitcoin is outperforming the S&P 500, and I want you to see something. I tweeted about it. Look at this. Look at and it looks like reaccumulation too, like 1 and 2 and 3 kind of, or 1, 2, 3, whatever. Reaccumulation, recapturing 15 and 16. Forget the numbers, but it's just this, man. Okay, this is Bitcoin paired against the S&P 500, the old all-time high from 2021. They violated it briefly at the beginning of March through mid-March, but then buyers started recapturing all these peaks back here, and now you are above the entire inflection zone, and you're just sitting right there. And it's like the world is yours for the taking, Bitcoin. This is a great technical event. This level that was regarded as support. That's how you know it's real. The fact that it was a reversal point back years ago, 4 years ago, and then when they breached it, it was pretty much, for 3 months. That 92K level, it was just kind of holding above it, and then they finally broke it. Bearish back test, broke it again, but then the sellers, they couldn't do anything with the bearish breakdown, so the buyers have come back in, right? It's like, what happened? Okay, the buyers punted to the bears, the bulls punted to the bears had the ball, they could do nothing, 3 and out. And the buyers, they punted, and now the buyers have the ball again. I mean, that's the way it looks to me right now. So this is a great. You are still very elevated. All right, make of that what you will. It's probably even more pronounced, even better than. Should we do the Qs? NASDAQ, QQQ. I don't even know. I've never been here. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Probably NVIDIA has everything to do with it. Look where we are on the QQQ. You were right up there. You have not broken that level yet, but you're close. Very close to breaking on the Qs. But similar structure locally. All right. So, yeah, dude, I'm just tired. Real tired, man. Long week, even though it's just Thursday. Oh, it's gold. Gold real quick. You got to see this, man. It wasn't. Hey, they pulled back today on gold. Who cares? Let them have it. Let them have an off day. I mean, forget the daily. Screw the daily. It's the weekly. Yeah. Didn't even matter, right? Oh, Medora Club cover? Nah, bullish engulfing. And then, oh, we did it. We did it, man. All right, the major from the 2011 high to the December 2015 low. That Fibonacci, we have officially seen, right, we exceeded the 1618 in September, and now officially, as of the end of this week, the 2618 major outer fib extension was achieved. 3324. Or let's just say
32.33 repeating, of course.
We did it, man. Outer fib extension. After this one's the 3618, which is 4,192. Be there by December, right? I guess. I don't know. This thing's going parabolic. Like, it is going straight up. I mean, the angle of ascent is steeper than what we saw in 2008 to 2011. A steeper ascent. It is crazy, man. Nothing really doing anything like this. So Bitcoin's at 85K, confined within a range between 83 and 86K. The promised land would take us to 92K if what we are witnessing on, I mean, this dragon pattern, okay, on Bitcoin. This dragon's massive. This is a massive, discernible, recognizable, predictable pattern. Began January 20th, officially broke out what I think the breakout point. 82 days of development. But again, it's not your strongest pattern just because the fact that it's always stronger when we can see a higher low get put in at some point, because we just most recently put in the lowest low, the downtrend, for that lowest high, for that a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So you're still downtrending, but there's just some hope here with a good supply line broken. So yeah, Mooding coin, just use your imagination on Mooding, all right? I could see a stupid little fat hippo getting slapped by some Chinese man, and the little bitty hippo without teeth starts going crazy. Okay, that's your Mooding coin. Yeah, U.S. oil, I think it kind of came back. Yeah, come back, man. Hey, can you believe it? It's hard to believe, right? They defended 60, but it doesn't even matter, right? Because if they recaptured 60, which they did, it was a great, almost up 3% today. They take it at 67.59. They take it all the way to $70.66 for a gap fill, and nothing changes. Still in a downtrend. You just made your lowest low of the downtrend, and you're just rallying to maybe go test some levels as resistance, because that didn't happen, right? Like when they broke 67.59 April 3rd, there was no check back. So market participants might need to see this very real level that was being defended from May of 2023 all the way to really March of this year. They might need to go test it as resistance for the first time, because they've never done it, right? Any recent history, that might need to be tested, okay? So definitely bearish convergence. There's no signal at all or sign of sellers being exhausted. You're just reacting. They're holding support. That's it. Gold's target, we hit it, 33.24. That was it. You saw it. That was your major linear scale, 2618. And you heard the next one if they did break it and continued. But, man, I'm thinking anything that does what gold's doing will blow off top. It will. It will blow off top. People will take profit. They will reallocate. And what I'm hoping the hot take is, somehow when it's all said and done, gold keeps going a little bit more and more parabolic. All right. People start FOMOing in. Composite man starts selling, and we get the close in reverse candle, the blow up top candle, the event, and then we begin a correction that lasts for a very long time, and all that money pouring out of gold, because people take profit on when they've made money, it rotates romantically into Bitcoin. That's the hot take. That's the hope. That's all we can hope for, man. I don't know, right? I don't think anyone understands. We've never been, in our lives, we've never seen the monetary order change like this. And we're just at the very, very beginning of it. So the very beginning, we're seeing what? Yield spike, carry trade, Japan yields going nuts. So without cheap debt in Japan, people stop borrowing money. And when they borrow that money, they buy equities. So we don't really have that going on anymore. So you can see like kind of what's happening with Dow Jones not looking good. Equities aren't looking hot right now at all. But the one thing about it is like, okay, equities looking terrible, gold going parabolic, and in the middle, you've got Bitcoin that is extremely resilient, holding. It's holding. It broke a supply line. That, I mean, so it's like we don't really know what that means yet, because it could just come crashing down this weekend into the next week. Equity starts selling off. All of a sudden, Bitcoin sinks back up. It's a risk on asset and crashes too, or continues its downward pressure, right? So, but for now, that's what we have. That's the data we have. It's pretty interesting because we're just kind of in uncharted waters, because Bitcoin certainly didn't exist the last time there was a monetary order change, what, 1971, whatever. We got off the gold standard. For that, Bretton Woods, right? So I consider neutral price action good, but if we get more data, it might not be that, right? It might be oh, it was just delayed. It was just okay, we're back, we're at 73.8 now, get wrecked. Okay, go figure. It's like everything else. Yeah, it never was a hedge against the system, man. Like, it wasn't, right? What is it, for counterparty risk? It never was, right? But maybe, just maybe, we've got a chance that it is, if we can break upward, not downward. So, and I gotta say, MicroStrategy, very close. Like, MicroStrategy, it seems like, please God, pump Bitcoin. We just need a pump to 92K, and MicroStrategy will be sending it. It'll be a $400 MicroStrategy if Bitcoin can just resolve upward for once in its effing life of 2025. You closed right at the supply line again. It was the highest daily candle close since March 27th, so a few weeks. So no breakout, unfortunately. 3-week highs. And the stage is set to, if Bitcoin breaks down, well, this was a perfect level to go short, I guess. It's going to collapse. The lowest high of the downtrend, we're done, right? But I'm just hoping that the breakout we witnessed is real. It's not a fake out. We're not head and shouldering on the 4-hour. I hope not. And that would be incredible for MicroStrategy. We'd be going so much higher if it happened. But okay. Well, thank you all for coming out for this Thursday stream. Market's closed tomorrow. Good Friday. Hype in the chat for Jesus. FTM. Oh, wow. Save the stream.
Cheeseman tipped $30. FTM Kraken, it changed to Sonic, but that the full chart I'm looking to buy in on a large position. What you think? Levels down, I'm thinking 64 BTC, so ideally down levels, please.
Cheeseman, thanks so much, dude. You're thinking 64 Bitcoin, so down levels, FTM. Let's go FTM, US dollar on Kraken. Yeah, not really. I mean, let's try to discern some levels here. See a really clear zone here, right? A big one. First, time we peaked out. Reversals in 2023, reversal in 2023, reversal in 24, support in 24, and now it's flipped to resistance. Yeah, that's bad. Like, yeah, so you're onto that. I mean, you're doing the right thing there. I mean, that's some pretty garbage price action. I don't know how anyone will want to own FTM below 54 cents, but man, if they could ever recapture it, you're in good shape. But man, you're just now back testing it formally as resistance. So that's at first level. Candle close. Yeah, this is the next support, resistance. So you got you can see resistance, reversal, support. They recaptured, and they even back tested that level as support, a spring back test before running to the resistance, and then another test here. So that's your target, I would think. Like, if it's actually going to roll over, your target would certainly be, unironically,
32.33 repeating, of course.
32.33 repeating, of course, cents. That's the target from here. So if they ever break 53.88 cents, you gotta Some decent upside, just 68.6 cents. But that's kind of like what I got for you. I mean, that's hopefully fulfilling your request. 30 to 32 cents is your target. You can see the price action, right? Straight down, straight up and down and 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 up and down. So if it does this, straight down. I mean, that's it. You're on deck, okay? Easy enough. Does that make sense? I have in the chat for Chessman. That was a large contribution of the day. Yeah, gold is now outperforming the S&P 500 over the last 20 years. Dividends included. Yeah, the crossover happened this week. Incredible. All right, so let's pray for the dragon breakout being real. We haven't caught any fall through yet, and we may never catch fall through. And even if we sell off, we could still get stuff like this all the way down, and hopefully if we get to 78K, we're looking for that. That's hopefully the worst case scenario in this situation. All right, I would prefer it doesn't, and none of that happens. Let's just take 92K right now, man. But with, you have like the weight of the equities market on Bitcoin, despite it holding. That's great. But man, if we could get some sort of short squeeze next week, that would be incredible fuel for Bitcoin's fire, for this dragon tail to really start growing. It just didn't, the weekly close, you saw it, it just didn't end well. S&P or Dow Jones breaking support, NASDAQ breaking support on the weekly. Yeah, bad macro makes it a lot harder here on Bitcoin. Because where would Bitcoin would be at 92K already if stocks didn't crash? You know that, but here we are. Just trying to navigate the financial tectonic plates shifting for the first time pretty much of our lifetime. You could say 2008 was a thing where, governments nationalized banks. That is serious. That's very real. But I still don't think it's as significant of what we're seeing right now. Okay, globalism is on the downside. We have a bearish trend on globalism, and we now have a very real uptrend on nationalism, reliability. You got to rely on your own country for goods and goods. We are service industry for sure, but we're trying, it seems like, to make it manufacturing and services, goods and services. So, all right. Thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate it. Sorry again about the stream. I'm just tired, man. I'm kind of a zombie right now. So definitely not my best stream. Been live an hour and 23 minutes though, so that's good. But really, I hope you all have a great weekend, Easter weekend, and I'll probably be live on Sunday for Easter Sunday to give a big shout out to Jesus. But if I'm not, I might be doing something. But yeah, appreciate y'all. Hopefully I'll see y'all on the third day. Till next time, respect the T, A, and Jesus for sure.